Ooh, our fans are kind of coordinating today.
Yes.
How fun. How
Niman.
fun. How fun, how fun, how fun. Well, hola, 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 y bienvenidos a The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and I am matching my glasses today to my beautiful rose gold tumbler that I'm using to drink a whole hell of a lot of cold brew. Because that's, for once, I'm actually filming in the morning. So coffee is necessary. And it's a gorgeous homemade hazelnut white chocolate cold brew. But if I was drinking, hot coffee, other beverages, if I did anything with my cup mug, it would be in a cup mug, of course. I've got the OG version, but we have the new and improved cup mug and all of our other merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is down in the description below, as always. And we ship domestically and internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless you live in Canada, and there are some excuses. Or if you have some excuses, then there are some excuses because there are some excuses. So, Canadians, if you're ordering, we will get them to you as soon as we physically can.
And hi, I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. And today I am very excited to be here, although my voice is clearly not. And so that's why I'm going to be drinking a lot of water today, and I chose my favorite mug, my Hello Kitty mug.
Period.
Or,
And we're here with a very special, extra special edition of The Cup today because, if you've been around the channel for a while, we don't typically talk about the reunion episodes of Drag Race franchises. We typically talk about them in conjunction with the finale. But this reunion was too good that we just could not pass it up, honestly. Like, the tea was flowing. We've got 3 awards to give out. All of the things are happening. And now, obviously, we know, because we are filming this after we watched the grand finale, quote unquote, that we know that the grand finale is actually coming in 2 weeks. First and foremost, congrats to Drag Race España for getting a live finale. We do love to see it.
Oh, yes.
Fourth franchise with a live finale, and I am here for it. I am happy for the girls. The gag was real, but God, I just want this season to be done because there's still so much drag happening. But nevertheless, we are really excited. We're going to talk about the reunion looks, the looks perdidos, and everything in between. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we are here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to most of the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises we're currently covering. And you'll be getting early access to all of our end of the year videos, which we are starting to churn out for you all. So there's going to be a lot of content in December for this channel, and check it all out. It's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. So without further ado, we are just going to do a singular episode for the reunion here today. So we're going to start by talking about some reunion looks, giving some real quick thoughts, all those lovely, fabulous, and wonderful things. So reunion looks, we're going in alphabetical order because that's the way that I wanted to do it. So mostly we can get Angelita la Perversa out of the way.
Yeah. This is good. This is fine. Honestly, I do like the angular shapes.
The interesting angular movements that are happening.
Exactly that.
Correct.
I don't like this color though. I feel like it washes her out. But I do really like everything that is happening from the thigh up. The rest of the skirt is fine. She looks good. I like this wig. But yeah, I don't like this color, and I don't like her that much, but that doesn't detract from the look that much. It's just, I don't know. She looks like a fungi, so I kind of like that. That was truly because I love mushroom. That's
no, she does though. No, she does.
Yeah,
though.
In the best way.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't particularly care for her either. Regardless, I think the garment is well constructed. I like all of the draping that's going on in the midsection. Unfortunately, we do lose a lot of her shape here. And one thing I will say about Angelita is she does have a really good shape in drag. So I'm missing a little bit of that from this. I don't particularly love the hair. It's giving very Cindy Lou Who. But like boring matron beige Cindy Lou Who.
It's the beige for me.
It's the beige for me. A forgettable color, just like her. Anyway, scores.
79.
77.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Chloe Vittu.
My favorite part about this is the hair. I really, really like this hair, the color, the everything. I wish it was the two strands of hair that are pulled to the front. I wish it was just a little bit thicker, just a little bit, but I don't mind it that much. The look is basic, not in a bad way. She looks great in it, and for an episode where they were going to be sitting down the whole time, you want to be kind of comfortable in a way. So I'm not mad at this look. This is just fine. But she looks beautiful. The face is always on point.
Yeah, I'm glad that she could be comfortable, even though she's still fully corseted. And I mean, the shape is gorge here. We know Chloe to have a good shape. I do love that we are sans breastplate here. I think that's, we're seeing a little bit of a different, interesting side to Chloe and her drag here. I think the look is fairly successful. I'm not all that mad at the look. I do wish that the hair felt a little thicker. I want a little bit more dimension to the hair, but overall, sure, girl, go off. We love you, Chloe, so go off.
Yeah.
Scores.
78.
78.
Period.
Next up, Dita Dubois.
First of all, I love Dita. I was just so happy to see her again. And I honestly, she looks
Same.
great. I
Yeah.
really like this. Um do I wish that it wasn't that the bottom maybe was different? Yes. But am I mad at this? No. Because really the leg and the arms are the statement of this is the focal point. And her face and hair look beautiful as always. I wish the middle part had a little bit more just to balance it out, because it like my eyes go immediately to everything else that is around her and not in the middle. So I just wish she had like maybe a little bit of flowers, like maybe to separate, like just right under the boob or something. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was
Um,
thinking too. Yeah.
something. But overall, really solid look from Dita.
Yeah, I enjoy this for Dita. I do wish we got to see more of her. I do still love that both Ditas that were on Drag Race at the same time went home in the same week on the same challenge. I think that's very, very peculiar and interesting.
Poetic.
Very poetic, honestly. Yeah, I like the flower detailing in these arm cuffs and in the boots. It's giving me you haven't watched much of UK, but it's giving a similar thing to what Zahira did on Drag Race UK this season with the flowers coming out of the boots. I think it's a really good, I like that. It's not something I've seen a whole lot of in drag and in Drag Race, so I do enjoy that. The hair, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but I do love this kind of updo moment. But I would love to see a little bit of flower detailing on the corset itself or the bustier. But overall, she looks really great, and the makeup is great. So, go off, Dita. Scores.
80.
79. ¿Qué le pasa?
I was so happy to see her again and looking
I
great.
know.
Looking great. I love this hair. I love the makeup. I love the glasses, the styling. Just I love what she does. I love Kelly. I love her aesthetic. It is for me. It's what I love. It's what I would attempt if I were to do drag ever. Something very similar to that. So I love it. And I loved seeing her again. I love the way that she looked. And it was great, again, like Chloe, to be sitting the whole night or day. So practical
I mean,
as well.
a very practical look, but like you said, still very
Still
Kelly.
fashion.
Still fashion, still Kelly. I really, really do enjoy this as well. The hair and the makeup and the glasses and the fingerless glove are absolutely great touches here. The pantsuit is gorgeous. I love the boot. Everything is matching. I do love the blonde hair with this too. I think it would be too bogged down if it was like a black hair or even a red hair. So I'm glad that we've got this little bit of like levity with the blonde hair blown out. Like it's a really, really good look for me. And I loved seeing her again too. She was someone that I wish we got to see more of.
I want to see her again.
España All Stars 2, I would like to see ¿Qué le pasa? ¿Qué le pasa? I would like to see ¿Qué le pasa? Scores.
88.
86. Next up, La Niña Delantro.
Looking fierce. I love this hair, especially. My favorite part of this look is the wig. And I really do like this hat with it. Like when it was just like the close-up shot of her, she looked so good. And then when she would move her hands, it was just like neck up and then the gloves. So fierce. The rest of the look is a little bit simple, the actual garment that she's wearing, but it still looks really good. And for a reunion look, I think is a solid look, and it really is very La Niña. It's very recognizable. It's very her. And then the makeup to go with it. And yes, very solid look. I really enjoyed it.
Something about this is so striking to me. This is one of my favorite reunion looks. I just love the drama with the shoulder going on and then the mesh with just the little bits of lingerie underneath and how the mesh kind of like ombres out into this gorgeous like black train going on with the glove, the shoulder exposed, the hat, the wig, the makeup. I mean, all of it for me is just so spectacular. I think this is one of my favorite things Niña has worn this season.
It's very well put together.
It is very, very, very good. I was really happy with this. Scores.
86.
92. Next up, Le Coco.
She looks very chic. I think this was a very bold choice. I don't remember seeing a look similar to this, maybe ever or in a really long time. I do wish that the shape was a little bit different because we lose her shape a little bit in this. But since they were sitting down, kind of like it's fine. Mostly in the picture we lose her shape. But she looks so expensive, so chic. The hair is great. The mug impeccable because come on, when hasn't it been? I just
Right.
honestly I wish it was a black pump instead of a nude pump, but that's just a styling choice for me.
Sure.
But overall, very solid look.
Yeah, I think she looks really, really chic as well. I love just the amount of fringe and the placement of all the fringe here. And then you get this kind of like cutout bodysuit kind of situation underneath. She wanted to go chic, fashionable, and comfortable. And that's exactly what she did here. I don't mind the nude pump. I do agree. Maybe I would like it if it was a red pump to go with the hair. I like when the shoe and the hair matches, and then everything else is kind of, if the base garment is this gorgeous, deep, almost like pewter gray with then like the red accents with the hair and the lip, and I believe the nails there was a little bit of red in the nail or some other detailing too. I really like those looks. But overall, I think she looked chic, fabulous, and gorgina.
Mm-hmm.
Scores.
85.
87. Next up, Mariana stars.
My favorite part about this is this hair. Oh,
Oh,
I live.
Mariana.
Oh, I want that wig.
Mariana, te
I want that
amo.
wig. And then she's always gonna look good in red. I mean, come on. Come on now.
Always.
This is just glam. She looks great. It is very Mariana. It is pageant with a lot of leg, which I love. And here I actually really enjoyed the nude pump. I think it goes for me. And yeah, just she looks incredible.
Yeah, this was another look that worked really well for me. It's very simple, but the way all of the detailing works is so beautiful. You can tell all of the detailing too that was going on. You can tell all of the beautiful detailing in the gown as well. When we would get the headshots of her in the reunion too, the way that just the bustier was really just shining and glittering. Like, there's probably thousands of rhinestones on this garment, and I live for it. This big blown out hair. Her makeup is so, like, demure is really the only word for me to describe it, but it's a little pared back for Mariana, but I really like, it's very soft. It's different for her, and I like that a lot. I like that even though she does go for a typical standard kind of beauty drag face, that we were able to see a lot of versatility from her throughout the season. I absolutely love her. I was not on the pod when we talked about her elimination, and I was devastated. It was very deserved, unfortunately, but devastated.
The only good part about it is we get to have her again on All Stars for sure. I was gonna say
fifth place robbed icon. Fifth place robbed icon. Hello. But period. Even though this top four is so good, I didn't want any of them to not be in the top four. But anyway, Mariana looks gorgeous as always, except for that one time she was a clown, and then she looked gorgeous, scary, and clown. You know what I mean? Scores.
Yeah. 89.
90. I'm waiting for us to disagree on someone.
We are always so close.
Oh, will it be Megui? Will it be Megui Yeillow? Let's find out.
I like that this is different for Megui. I like that it was unexpected, for me at least. I think she looks good. I like the styling. Maybe I would have liked for maybe the sleeve to be a little bit shorter, and then because it's the length of the sleeve for me, and where the glove begins, that is weird. That's the only part that it kind of throws me off a little bit. But overall, I think this is good. It was just it's not what I expected from Megui, but it's kind of camp, honestly.
Yeah, it's very different in a way that I do enjoy. Like, she's leaning into like this video vixen character, and I'm really not mad at it. The thing I've loved the most about Megui this season is just the versatility that I wasn't expecting from her. Like, I got one perspective of her in the early parts of the season, and as the season went on, we just kept seeing more and more dimension and complexity to her perspective on drag. And it's so cool to see. Like, I have loved getting to know all of the different sides of Megui this season.
I feel like it's maybe because she's getting to know her drag self, and
I
we're
think so too.
watching the journey, and she's taking us along with her, and maybe that's why we saw so much versatility, because she's like trying it out as she goes, and she's letting us watch that, which
And
I love.
I kind of love someone going on Drag Race and, you know, not being as experienced, but just willing to say, I'm going to try everything that comes to my mind and just see what happens. And
Exactly.
I love that. We don't see that a whole lot always on Drag Race. But I'm thrilled with it. What is the sequin? It's the one where you
The
like put
reversible that you
the reverse, yeah, reverse sequin. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word reverse. That was the problem. Words are very hard, but this reverse sequin in this red and gold is so good. I mean, it's on track with Yeillow as the brand, both color and aesthetic wise. The hair is cool. I love all of the jewelry, and then the red latex detailing here is so good. This might have been my favorite reunion look.
oh
Maybe.
This may be where we disagree then. We'll see.
Maybe. I
Let's
don't
see. Let's see.
know. I really did enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
Scores.
81.
93.
Okay. Fair.
Next up, Miss Khristo.
I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how I feel. Still.
Okay.
And I
Right.
looked at it many times. What I do know is that I love this hair. Oh, I love this hair.
Yes.
Do I wish it had a little bit more volume? Yes. And I like this as an idea, I think, but I'm not sure about the execution. But it makes me think. I'm interested, I'm conflicted. And I kind of like that in a way.
Yeah, I think the garment itself has to be a reference that is Spanish specific.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the reference is. If y'all know, let us know. But what I will say, I really love seeing the softer side of Khristo. And I love everything we got to see. I love the high fashion side of Khristo. I love the, you know, almost the creature side of Khristo, the religiosity, if you will, of Khristo throughout this season. But the softness we got from her in this reunion was also really, really pleasant. I love the way this garment fits because it still gives her shape in the middle. It's this cute, almost like A-line silhouette, but done in this like almost like crinkled kind of way that I'm really enjoying. The orange tights underneath are really cool. All of the orange accenting and then the white scrunch boot with this kind of like flat laid kind of wavy orange ombre hair. Like something about all of it. I'm just living for this.
I think I like it because I like orange.
Yeah. And I mean, the
Like,
background is also helping out the cause.
exactly.
Not even gonna lie to
I don't
you.
know.
Like,
And I like the boots because I do love white boots.
yes,
Love.
definitely.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think this is really fun.
Yeah.
Scores.
83.
88.
Oh.
Next up, fucking Porca.
Bitch, this was my favorite reunion look. I mean, look at the material.
I agree.
I mean, this is great. It is one of my favorite shades of blue. I love this color so much. And then the choice of the mixed fabric. Is it I don't know if it is latex, but like the shiny fabric here, and then
it
just
looks like it could be
juxtaposed with the tulle.
I
and
think
then
it's a
the
vinyl
black
with the tulle. Yeah.
vinyl, right. And then just the placement and the ombre of especially the arms and the way that it just it is just the detailing. The only thing that I didn't really not my favorite part that I maybe would have wanted a little bit different is the makeup, but I do understand that it's just her aesthetic, so maybe it's just not for me personally. but everything else is just this headpiece. Oh, this was so good.
It's so Ova. Unlocking
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
there, but Ova. Just
Hmm. I mean,
this headpiece alone, like just
mm, mm,
España All Stars 2, y'all better have this bitch back on, please. Thank you.
come
Especially
on
now
now.
that she's distancing herself from Angelita. Anyway, no, I love this.
Mm,
I love it. It's this very like almost folded, crinkled vinyl that's going on with the glove detailing, with all of this like black rain falling off of the headpiece onto the garment is just so good. All of the black detailing in this like robin's egg blue tulle is just absolutely stunning. I love the makeup for this because again, this is another dimensionality to Porca's character that we really didn't get to see a whole lot because she only lasted 3 episodes,
mhm,
or 2 episodes. Regardless, I think she is absolutely stunning here.
for sure.
Scores
96.
98. Next up, Shani LaSanta. Shani LaSanta.
I love my girl. I love my girl so much. This is fine. This is literally, she looks great. She looks beautiful. Um, I like the wig in this picture. I didn't like the wig up close.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the quality of the wig, I do like the shape and the color for her. Just in the close up, we could see it was a little, but in this picture, it looks great. And uh, I mean, this is just fine. But she looks beautiful.
That is genuinely how I feel about it. It is, she looks good. It's a simple but effective look for me. I
Mhm,
love the black pump with this and just how much skin we're seeing on Shani. I think it's so gorge. This mesh fabric, or this see-through fabric that we've got going on is gorge. I love the
mhm.
glove detail. I like the wig. It's not my favorite wig in the world. Um, but it's a fine wig, all things considered. Her makeup is always good and just beautiful, soft, all of that. I love Shani, and I'm happy to see her again.
Mhm.
Scores
72.
78. And last up, Vampirashian.
I'm not mad at this look. I don't hate it, but it's just maybe it's because I wasn't expecting it and I was just taken aback a little bit because it's not bad by any means. It's just I didn't expect to see Vampy in animal print.
Right.
It just took me off guard. But I do love this hair on her, this color especially. Love. The length of the glove is perfection. I like it waist up. I don't really like the skirt. I like what's going on, like the tights that she has that has like the little pattern. I like that. I just don't really like the skirt and the tail. But the bustier is great, and the little scarf with the ears is also really cute. So yeah, I still enjoy it, but I don't like half of it, kind of. So
I like it. It somehow for me still fits in the Vampirashian universe, so I'm not all that upset at it,
it's a
honestly.
silhouette.
The silhouette is very classic, so I like that. I like what's going on with the animal print that she chose. I think it works for the tail and for the kind of like sash part that's going on in the top. I don't know if that combined with the white, like I'm going to say petticoat because that's basically what it is. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
it's that with the petticoat that throws it off for me because I
Mm-hmm.
liked it in the reunion. I'm not liking it as much in this photo. So I'm gonna go more off of what I remember from the reunion, and I remember liking it in the reunion, so I'm not that mad at it. The gloves are cute. I love the checkered stocking detail. Like that is one of my
Um,
favorite parts of this. and it just brings it back. This feels almost like old Hollywood meets Kardashian, which is literally just who she is.
Exactly.
So, like, and we didn't really get a whole lot of that combination this season, so I am glad that we're seeing a little bit of that here. I think she looks stunning, nevertheless. Scores.
Sure. 85.
83.
Well,
I know. I'm like,
sense, but sure.
I know, but regardless, we're gonna move on
Anyway.
because there's plenty of things to talk about. So yes, we've got. Let's dive in from the start. I will also say I didn't pull Supreme's look, but Supreme also looked great. Supreme looked lovely. Supreme looked like Supreme. So sure. So we start out with this conversation where we find out that each queen during the first episode was asked who they think the top 3 of the season would be. And the results are very interesting.
Wild.
With Porca receiving the most votes, 9 out of the 12 people voted that Porca would have been in, like, they predicted that Porca would be in the top 3. Coco got 5 votes. Khristo, Megui, and Mariana all had 4. Shani had 3. Angelita had 2. And then everyone else had 1. All of the 1 vote people only got votes from themselves.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that literally 3 of them are in the finale. Wild. Being Niña, Chloe, and Vampy.
The fact that nobody besides Vampy, especially, voted for Vampy? Gagged. And then Khristo not voting for herself? Okay.
Yeah, Khristo not voting for herself was a very interesting, like, because she talked about, it was something to the effect of, like, she wanted to be here for the exposure and the experience, but didn't think she was going to win, seeing, like, everybody there. And I do understand that. Is that what started the inner saboteur train that ultimately led to her elimination? One must wonder, because that's immediately what I thought. I'm like, if you're not even going to put yourself in your own top 3 and you were allowed to, then I'm like, oh, girl, no. Like, girl.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I do like the self-awareness, though. That I do appreciate that still.
Totally.
But yeah, it was just unexpected to see a drag queen not pick herself. You know what I mean? It was a little jarring.
Right. Yeah, so we get it's kind of a big discussion with a lot of the early eliminated girls, like, girl, how you doing? How did you take your elimination? Things like that. I was so happy that they filmed Shani's talent show look, and B, that we got to see it because it was so good.
But she was the only one that didn't get to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to see it, because I knew I picked Shani for my team for a reason. I knew.
If Shani had just made it past that first episode, I think she would have done some big things in the competition, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I really do. It's like, it was such a good performance. It
so
was
good.
Such a good performance.
It got better through, like, it started great and just got better. Like
singing, rapping, dancing, all of it was there. I loved it. There's a lot of discussion about the things that we didn't really get to see on the show. And I'm glad, because one of the weird things that was kind of like a mid-season shift, and I think we talked about it a little bit, was Megui getting closer to the younger girls in the competition, like La Niña and Chloe specifically, and kind of like not necessarily shifting away. And Mariana, yeah, not necessarily shifting away from the, Angelita, Coco kind of camp situation, but like learning, like, because obviously Megui and Mariana specifically had a lot of conflict throughout the season. So to know now that they, you know, they do have a better relationship is great. I wish we had gotten to see more of it.
Yeah, I do too. I am glad because a few moments were, I love the season overall, but it did have a few uncomfortable moments to witness and watch as a viewer. But um, I really do like that. By like, in the end, they were able to work most of it out. Um, but I think with the Maggie situation, almost everything I feel like, if not everything, is kind of sorted. But when they were showing the Maggie situation again, I was thinking and I was like, this is, at the end of the day, this is just a discussion about privilege and quote
Right.
unquote passing. And Maggie was still kind of not able to see that, because when it cuts to confessional and she says, "Oh, I never had to think about that," I'm like, exactly. That's called privilege. Not having
Yeah.
to think about something is a privilege.
Yeah.
So I do understand. I do think that the girls, when they approached that topic for the first time, they could have,
Mhm.
the approach could have been different,
Definitely, I
but
agree.
the topic and the point that the girls were making is still a very important and correct point in my view. I just feel like maybe the way that they delivered it to Maggie made her go a little bit defensive and not be
Yeah.
able to actually hear it.
Yeah.
So I hope that behind
Yeah.
the scenes they were able to talk about that specifically more and make her or
Yeah.
each other understand like the other's point.
Yeah. And obviously there's a lot we're not seeing because as far as I know, they filmed this season the same way they usually do, where all of the girls, instead of being sequestered in hotel rooms, they all stay in the same house together.
Oh,
Um yeah, that's how España, to my knowledge, has always done there
that's
to
interesting.
avoid,
Okay.
yeah, to avoid not, having to rent out a bunch of hotel rooms. They just have a house.
Hmm.
Um, so I, we'll see what's happening. Um, wish we would have seen more of the relationship between Megui and Mariana specifically, especially since it did seem to resolve for the most part. I do wish we had seen some of that. Um,
Hmm.
but obviously the last couple of episodes that Megui was in specifically were kind of dominated by still the drama with Angelita, which does get rehashed between Angelita and Mariana. And
I hated watching it the first time. I hated watching it again. Um, it was, the reaction to it was the same, if not worse, than the actual situation. When you call yourself a mature person and your reaction to "do you want to talk about this" is, I mean, I mean, come on. You like shrug it off and you go like, "Oh, I don't care." It just, anyway, it just made me mad.
yeah,
But what I can say is that all that Angelita needs is a white surface, because she's the projection is fierce. I'll say that. I mean,
just I don't even know what to say about it that we haven't already said. Honestly, that's just my difficulty with it. Is just that, like, and I know that this was filmed, before they came out of sequester and before they watched the show, because this was, I believe, filmed in the same, everything but the live finale was filmed in the same sequence order,
period of
so they were
time.
all the period of time. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's just like I don't understand. And even now, we know that she still hasn't learned her lesson. That's the worst part,
Right.
is that we still know that she is actively being disgusting online towards these girls still.
Bitter boots. Chloe said something that I wrote down exactly what she said, because it described the way that I feel about the situation perfectly. About Angelita, she said, it's useless to say I'm a lady or I'm very mature when that's not what you're showing us.
Yep.
And then, to quote a mandatory meeting, why are you such a bunt?
Why are you
why would,
such a
after
bunt?
all of this, would you still today or like 2 weeks ago be posting on Instagram stories that all of the top 5 girls are overrated and like just like what's up? What's the tea? You know what I mean? What is happening? Why? But Mariana referring to her as Senora was auntie. I love that.
I
Live.
lived. I breathed, I died, all of it just I just was obsessed with it, honestly.
The younger girls handled it in the best way that it was
Perfectly.
possible to handle it with what they were being given as a response. Anyway.
Yeah. Agreed.
But then they talk about the roast. And then
but then they talk about the roast.
Other people get dragged into.
Thank you, Shani.
Shani.
Thank you, Shani. Thank you, Shani.
Thank you.
Because we talked about it here, but the behavior, and I do love also that she was like, Dita, you're good. But it was basically just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Dita, you're good. Fuck you,
Not
and fuck you.
Fuck you.
Not you. You're cool. Fuck you, fuck you. I'm gonna worry about Shani LaSanta. Like that, just calling everyone out for just the disgusting behavior that happened during the roast. I was thrilled to see it. And then the whole moment where they show the clip of
the
Porca,
unseen footage,
the unseen footage
than what we saw
Porca of all people, telling Khristo and then passing it to Angelita to be bored during Vampies. Like it just, thank you, Shani. Thank you, Shani. Gracias, Shani.
It felt very much like Regina George is a slut. Pass it on. You know what I mean?
It really did though.
And then when Shani called it out, the reaction was the same reaction as parents that when you criticize them the smallest bit, they go, "Oh, so I'm the worst parent ever." Then it was very much that same vibe.
Literally.
As in, like, they acted like the girls were asking them to give a standing ovation and like throw themselves on the floor laughing at the jokes, and when they were actually just asking them to not be unts.
Literally.
Like, just be neutral. Literally just be neutral. You don't have to like be nasty. That was a choice. So I'm glad it was called out. They reacted it and made themselves look even worse. So I'm glad we got the top 4 that we have because, you know.
Yeah. I'm happy for the representation that all 3 of them brought to this season, but there's no reason to be a shuna. That's all.
Exactly. And not to diminish any of their talent, because I still really enjoyed a lot of the things that they showed.
Talented.
Exactly. Very talented. They showed great things on the show, but their personality and behavior was not part of that.
Yeah. And from what I understand, both Porca and Khristo have kind of shifted away. So I'm hopeful for that. I would say don't send anyone hate on this cast, but I can't say that do what you want and uplift the queens that you enjoy. That's what I will say.
Exactly. Just don't send anyone hate. Just if you don't like someone, don't follow them, don't interact, and go interact with the queens that you do like.
Exactly.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
The more that queens that we don't like get exposure, the more that they think that what they're doing is correct.
Exactly.
And that goes for everybody. So, was there any other specifically reunion-centric things that stood out to you? Because I didn't really have anything else. They talk about the Eros con de Reinas twist, and I mean, it was kind of just like, we're talking about the twist. Woo, it saved Vampy. Woo, yay, Vampy. Woo. Like, that's...
Yeah, the only thing is that they in the beginning, I think it was before they even started, like, they showed small clips of each of the girls' audition tapes, and I thought that was really just like a fun bit to let us in a little bit into the process. And I just wanted to shout out how extremely insane La Niña's was, and I really do appreciate her for that.
I
love her. I'm obsessed with her.
Thrilled for her. Thankfully, her English proficiency seems to be somewhat good because, baby, the way I want La Niña Delantro on another franchise, honestly,
I would love to see it. Would love to see it.
Would also love to see it. Oh, and then we got Leticia Sabater made an appearance, and I was like, cute, love you, girl, work, diva. Yeah. And yeah. So we get some beautiful, lovely, wonderful awards given out. This year, as opposed to other years, we got 3 cute, lovely, and fabulous awards given out. We are going to talk about the looks perdidos here in a second, so we'll end with that. But we got the announcement of the new award, Miss Maquillaje, which I think is a really cute award to give out. Best makeup.
Right? With having like a makeup brand sponsor, I feel like it's correct.
Correct. Very correct. And I believe the only people they mentioned specifically were Mariana, Megui, and Niña.
It was Niña for the season's runway. It was like a specific makeup look for a specific runway.
It felt like the Emmys. Yeah, it felt like the Emmys for like makeup or something.
Yeah. And then Mariana for, I don't remember which one. Then Chloe for the nightmare. It wasn't the clown. It was something else.
It should have been the clown.
It could have been. It could have been.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the 4th nominee was. I know it was Chloe for the nightmare, where she had like the blood, and then the last one, Megui for Baroque.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't remember Mariana's category, but she was nominated as
well. But we find out that our Miss Maquillaje for season 4 is La Niña Delantro. Yay! Period.
From the nominations, her look was my favorite. So
yeah,
I'm happy, and I'm also happy that she got something.
Definitely, I'm very happy she got something. We also get our Miss Simpatia, and this was a pretty blowout kind of vote. I believe, what was it, 9 votes for this one individual. And our Miss Simpatia for the season is Dita! Yay!
And proving that the award went to the correct person.
Correct.
She says that she's going to share part of the prize with Shani, and I love that.
I love her so much.
I love them both, like both of them.
Both of them just I love both of them so much.
Love.
I love both of
And
them
I did
so
enjoy
much.
the way that they did the voting as well, like just right there.
Yeah. We also had Dita who voted for Shani, and then both Chloe and La Niña voted for Megui.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Cool. Reparations.
Sure. You know what? Sure. I'm not too mad at it, honestly. But then we do get our last award, which is Miss Look Perdido. So obviously 6 of the girls were able to submit for it, since Megui got to show all of her looks that she made, and so did Mariana. So neither of them,
participated.
were eligible. So we're going to talk about the looks perdidos really quick. In alphabetical order again, because that's just how I did it. The first one up is Angelita la Perversa. Her last look was the Tocada y no hundida runway, because that's literally the only one she wasn't there to show.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. I mean, the point of the runway was the headpiece, and the headpiece is great, incredible.
Yes.
I love this. Everything else is a bra and a panty and a glove and a boot. It's fine. It's fine.
It's the Wish version of Bosco.
Oh,
I said what I said. Yeah, the headpiece is actually really gorgeously made. Whoever made that for her, good for you. I actually don't think she modeled it all that well. I gotta be honest. It was a weird runway for her.
Maybe she was pissed and was like, whatever.
Maybe. Did you score the looks perdidos?
Yeah.
Then scores.
55.
I'll give her a 42. And that 42 is only for the hat.
Right.
Next up is Dita Dubois, doing Soy un Feria.
I didn't understand the look that she revealed to, like how it went with the category.
I didn't either.
Is it bumper cars?
I believe so. I think she's doing like it's like the bumper car and like the food from a fair. Yeah, it's like fair food, and then also doing like bumper car kind of like motorcycle. Like that's the vibe I was getting from it, at least.
Yeah, I thought the potato, like the whole what she had before, was really camp and I funny, and I liked it. And then when she revealed, and it turned the other side, and it was like the aluminum, like that you cook the potato in, like that was a really cool touch. The way that she revealed and all of that. And then the second look is good. It's detailed. The silhouette is simple, but I do like the details, like the fire coming out of the boobs here is really cool. I don't like the shoes, but yeah, I'm not mad. But didn't move me that much.
I think it's fine. Honestly, like it's a good look. She looks good. I love the helmet that's going on. I like the look she revealed from it's campy and it's big, and I like that for Dita. I love like the flames coming up the legs, and like the bodysuit of it all is actually really well done. The nude illusion actually is giving the illusion of a noodle, and I'm here for it. It's some of the best nude illusion I think I've seen in a while on Drag Race, let's be honest. But yeah, the look, I just didn't personally get the connection between the two, but nevertheless, I do think it's a solid look. So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Scores.
79.
78.
Well,
Julie. Let's talk about Que Le Passa, also from the Soy Una Feria runway.
Oh, I love this. This is so stupid.
Yeah.
It is camp. It is dumb. It's cool. When I saw that it was like the lights worked and was lighting up, I was like, this bitch, this stupid bitch. This hair is so cool. I like the glasses. Um, I like this, and she sold it on the runway. I love Kelly. Maybe I'm biased, but this really worked for me.
I
The
simultaneously
hair is
think that
giving cotton candy as well.
I simultaneously think you're biased, and it is a good look. So that's where I'm at. Absolutely obsessed with this. This might have been my pick.
This was my favorite.
If I was voting, like, I really, really did enjoy this look. All of the detailing is so good. It's giving this like 70s disco vibe, meets fair, meets like cotton candy hair. Is it a normal wig or is it a foam wig? I couldn't tell.
I think it's just it's a regular wig, I think.
The sculpting of this wig, regardless of the material it's made out of, is gorgeous. When the lights worked, I screamed. It's so fashion and also fair, and I really love that about this. So
the purple fur cuff. Stop.
The purple fur detailing going on, because we got it in the cuff and also in the neck as well.
In the collar.
It's a gorgeous look. Again, so much dimensionality to Kelly that I just am really happy that we got to see.
Yeah.
Scores.
92.
91.
Stop it.
Now, let's move to Miss Khristo. This is from the Four Elements runway.
I like this. I think this is good in concept and execution, just because Khristo's, like, she even said, like, she said that her only talent was fashion, and she admitted to it. So with that being what it is, even though this is still good, I expected more, especially from a runway where you really can go off and like explore and really come up with a great concept. I feel like it was a bit simple in a way for what I expect from Khristo, but still very good. Because she looked, this dress is beautiful, and I like the idea, but just a little underwhelming.
This is where we finally fundamentally disagree, because I love this look. I love this look. I think it is, I agree with you that it is simple for Khristo. She's given us so much big, dramatic fashion that I actually am really loving the fact that this is simple.
Okay.
I like that we're getting that juxtaposition in her runway package, because her runway package is up there with some of the best runway packages of this year. Especially the looks that she's shown on Instagram too, of like the other looks she didn't get to show. I've really enjoyed seeing everything that Khristo has presented this season. And because everything else, like a lot of her other looks were so big and extravagant, I really like that this is kind of pared down. The scarf over the face is giving me everything I needed. This just incredibly simplistic makeup, because it's all been washed off in the rain, with this umbrella, with the tattered dress. Like, all of it works so perfectly for me. I love this. I love this.
Work.
For me,
she was able, it is impressive that she was able to, in just one look, include the four elements very clearly, like the scarf with air, and then the burn with the fire, and then with it being dirty, earth, and then the umbrella, water. So very well done. But yes,
the fact that she didn't get a single vote for Miss Look Verdi, though, is fucking abysmal.
I think it's for other reasons, maybe.
It's absolutely for other reasons, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. I
And
love
that's fair.
this. So go off, Khristo. Scores.
83.
95. Next up, this dumb bitch, Porca the
This
Club Kid,
dumb bitch.
from the Historias para no dormir runway.
This is stupid. I like it. I don't love it. But it was very fun. I did really enjoy the presentation. The headpiece is my favorite part. That's so good. And then carrying the teeth as like a purse, that's so stupid. I love that. The actual outfit, like the garment, is okay. Um, I like camp and I like stupid. Maybe just this specific look was just not for me, but I still enjoy it.
I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with this. I really am. Like the concept of like Tooth Fairy gone wrong is so fun to me. I really, really enjoy it. The teeth in the purse is a great touch. There's enough here that still brings it into like high drag that I really like it. The way the makeup is done in almost this like Joker-esque kind of way really, really adds to the look too. I wish the actual garment did give her some shape, but I understand that she went full camp with this, so I'm not all that upset by the garment itself, but I do love the glove. I love, hey, another white boot, not mad at a white boot. And I think all of the detailing here works, and the presentation was so dumb that I just am obsessed with it. Scores.
81.
98. And our last look perdido is Shani LaSanta, also from the Historias para no dormir runway.
Okay. Now this was impactful.
Yeah.
This was fuerte. Que fuerte. When she was explaining the concept, I got chills. I love Shani for doing this. I'm obsessed with the fact that she did that. She did that. She did what needed to be done. The actual look, I do wish the execution was a little bit better. Like the spikes were a little bit thicker, and just proportion wise is my only umbrage with this. Everything else I love.
I love that this is what Shani picked as well. She had the most looks to choose from that she didn't get to show. And I love that as opposed to showing glamour or showing like a pretty dress or something like that, she went for this very deep concept. And I really have a lot of respect for her for that. The look is gorgeous. The look is absolutely incredible. I do agree. I wish that it was proportionalized just a little bit better. Just a little bit of cinch in that corset and a little bit more hip would have given me everything I needed to still take it to drag. But the monster and the character presentation here is so strong that I don't care that much. And just demonic in the best way. Did not expect this out of Shani, and I love it.
This moved me. Like I was gooped.
Yeah. Scores.
91.
98.
Work.
And after voting, the vote was kind of all over the place a little bit. But with 6 votes, our Miss Look Perdido, I think very rightfully so, is Porca. Yes, Porca received votes from Angelita, Dita, Khristo, Porca herself, I do just love that she voted for herself. I lived for it. I lived for it.
As you should.
Megui and then Le Coco. We got 3 votes for Shani from literally the other 3 of the top 4, being Chloe, Niña, and Vampy. Shani voted for Dita. Mariana voted for Dita, and then Kelly voted for Angelita. So it was really spread out. Khristo and Kelly are the only 2 that did not receive votes for this Miss Look Perdido, and I don't understand why.
That's weird.
It's really weird.
That's
I don't get
suspicious.
it. But honestly, all of the looks were good. So, like, any of them but Angelita could have won, and I would have understood why.
Yeah.
So, well, that was the reunion.
Very eventful.
Very eventful, very good, very solid, some lovely looks, gal. We will be back very shortly to dive into the pre-finale, as we're now calling it. So we'll be back very shortly to talk about that. In the meantime, we will be covering a lot of other drag things, including the end of this season of Drag Race España, as well as all of the current drag franchises currently happening, and potentially some, not Spanish, but a lot of Mexican drag coming very soon. So if you are a fan of Spanish-speaking drag programs, stay tuned, because we're going to have a lot more coming very, very soon. So thank you for joining us for this reunion recap. Let us know all your thoughts on the reunion down below. Who would you have voted for all 3 of the categories, Miss Simpatía, Miss Maquillaje, and Miss Look Perdido? Who are you rooting for out of the top 3? Spoiler, the top 3. And make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers!
Cheers.